Okay, so we've got the spring onto the strut, and now we're going to be putting it back in the car. And what we're going to do is we're going to start with inserting the top of the strut into the strut housing. So we're going to line these 3 holes up, get that started, get the studs through the hole, and then we're going to put our nuts on. Okay, so now that we've got that lined up, we're going to go ahead and finish pushing the strut up and get our nuts started. Okay, so the last springs that I did on my 2013 370, I had to do the same thing. What you'll notice is even though that the springs are set in the purchase, the bottom part of the strut is not lining up. All I did was take a screwdriver and give it a little bit of a twist just to get it lined up for the lower control arm. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put the lower bolt into the strut end that has the sway bar link in it. Okay, so the next is we're going to attach the upper control arm to the steering knuckle through the pinch bolt. Remember, there's a groove in there. Okay, so last couple things to tidy up before we torque everything down. We want to put our brake line back onto the strut. That's a 12 millimeter there. And then we're also going to attach our ABS sensors lines. Okay, so here's the rear spring. What you want to pay attention to is that you'll notice that the tight coils will always go up top. Also, if you look, you'll see the number for the part number of the spring along with an R stating that it's for the rear. We're going to put the spring bushings, the isolators up front are on top and on the bottom here, and then place them back into the spring perch and we'll be ready to go. Actually, you can tell a little bit better from underneath the car, but what you'll see is you see this indentation where it's lower. This is where it's going to mount up, and the spring's going to mate to that. So it has that coil that'll drop in there. So when placing the spring, you want to be sure that it falls in there correctly.
It's in.
Okay. Just want to be sure it lines up with the top here. So at the top, it has a spot for the isolator to go in as well. So you just want to be sure that that lines up and that we have the spring in correctly in the bottom. And she's ready for the bolt. So we're just going to use the jack to go ahead and put some tension under it so that we can line up the lower control arm with the hole.
Lined up.
Okay.
Oh, nuts.